Welcome back to my channel, guys. Thanks for clicking this. Today we're going to talk about 5 tips to helping someone in your life that has recently become a stepmom or is been a stepmom for a little while. So I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so disclaimer, you're going to probably hear or see my dog or bird because apparently tonight is just, let's be obnoxious, especially the bird. So you clicked on this video because maybe someone in your life has recently become a stepmom, has entered a relationship with somebody who has kids, or maybe has been a stepmom for a while and you really have seen some changes in them, some changes within your relationship, and maybe you're just reaching out for support or maybe to better understand the world that they have now joined into. So here are my 5 tips. First of all, we're going to do a lot of talking and a lot of venting. Don't take everything to heart. I think a big thing for step parents, and honestly, I feel like for parents, is there's a lot that goes on that's beyond our control, and sometimes we gotta vent about it, and that happens to everybody. Whether you have kids, don't have kids, you're a human. If you are a human, at some point, you have needed to complain. At the same time, this is going to be a little different. The complaints are going to be a little different. The stresses are going to be a little bit different. And here's the big thing. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to have any answers. You don't have to know what to say at all. Congratulations, you can finish the video. No, I'm joking. But honestly, here's the thing. You don't have to need to fix it. You don't have to feel the urge to say something, to say, well, to give us advice. Sometimes we just need to vent, to let it out, and then move on. So I would say a big thing is listening. Listening is the biggest thing. Non-judgmental listening. I think for me, I have that person. And if you're a stepmom, you know exactly what I mean by that. But you have your person in your life. And if it wasn't for that person, this journey would not be able to be where it's at. And a lot of times just non-judgmental listening, we get it off of our chest and we can move on. Because you know what? There's a lot of it that's beyond our control. Number 2 is being understanding. This has to be hard for a lot of people. If you are not a stepchild, if your parents never got divorced, I feel like first family, life has changed. Maybe you're not even married and your sister or your best friend is all of a sudden married some person with kids and things are changing, and you used to could just get in the car and go to Walmart at 10 o'clock at night, and that is no longer gonna happen. And maybe, who knows? There could be so many things. Maybe you want to get together for a birthday party, or you want them to have the kids come over for your child's birthday party and they don't have their child that weekend. Remember when planning, when living life, that they are probably on some sort of schedule. Whether it's court ordered, whether it's just agreement between 2 parents, they're having to share everything. And so what could be a spontaneous trip is no longer able to happen like that. Maybe it's a planned trip. There's going to be times where you're going to want to do things and that's not going to happen. And just being that supportive, understanding person that, you know what, life as we know it has changed, especially for a stepmom. They've been thrown into a world that they may be very experienced in, and they may be where they're not. This happens, I think, a lot for my family. Is my parents are, my parents are still married. They've been married for, how old am I? 32 years. All 6, I grew up with my 6 siblings. Like, we did all the holidays and stuff. Whereas for my husband, his parents divorced when he was really young. He has step siblings. And so he's more used to the going back and forth, switching holidays, some holidays not having the kids, some holidays not. Some holidays he was with one parent, some holidays he wasn't. So when he got divorced, that was something that his kids and him worked through. He had some experience in that. Where my family often say, oh, where's the kids? Where's the kids? Where's the kids? Or they don't understand the scheduling as far as what used to be like we would go to my grandparents every single holiday. We no longer do that. Or maybe we skip holidays. And some of that for me, especially, is working one year for Christmas so that I can have the next year off so that I can spend it with the kids. Or working Easter one year so the next year I can have it off because that's the year we have the kids. So being understanding that their world has completely changed, they're working around a schedule. Maybe things aren't as easy. Maybe you see them every other holiday. Maybe it's harder to get them and the kids. And, all of that is so different. And so to be understanding that they are now on a schedule, and the stress of that schedule can change a lot of things for a lot of people. I'm going to try to hide her because I have no idea what she's doing. Number 3 is, guys, we have to get used to this. The birth parent is not always an evil parent. They're not an evil out to get you, out to control your life or your friend's life. Even though sometimes the stepmoms, we will vent about how awful they are, they're not always awful, guys. They're not always the evil parent who's determined that they're not going to let you see the child on Easter because it's their time. And don't they know that you miss them too? Whoa. Yeah. So knowing that even in the middle of all this chaos and stuff, that other parent wants to spend time with their child too. Their other parent is losing that time with their child every other holiday. You don't have a child and just get excited about, oh yeah, so I'm going to have you every other holiday. You never see that in the cards when you have a child. And so they're not always evil. Sometimes they're just doing the best they can. Sometimes there's outside influences on them too. And so as much as you might get on that bandwagon of venting with your friend, family member, loved one, that you may see that, okay, the birth parent is not always the evil parent that doesn't understand. Sometimes they just, they're missing the kid. Sometimes there's a schedule because there has to be a schedule. Maybe the parents can't get along. Maybe she really is evil. Maybe he really is evil. Like, we don't really know. But most of the time, guys, they're not the evil person. They're trying to do the best they can too. Number 4, I think this is big for any person, honestly, whether you're a parent, a step-parent, or anything. But for this video, make sure they're taking care of themselves first. It is so easy to get wrapped up in the kids, get wrapped up in the drama, especially if they're going through a lot. Maybe they're going back to court. Maybe they're having to deal with something that's beyond their control. And it's so easily we get wrapped up in the kids and doing what's best for them and trying to maybe become instant family that we forget. And I think that's even a parent too. So to be on the outside to kind of support them and go, come on, we're going to go get our nails done, or let's go out to dinner, or spending that time with them to kind of help them take care of themselves. This is a huge thing that can go very, very far. I am one that I am guilty of not always doing this. I tend to get so wrapped up in everything that's going on here that sometimes I forget to even reach out to the stepmoms in my life. And so just, maybe just send them a Starbucks coffee card or something, you never know. But encourage them to take that time to spend on themselves and to do things that they want to do, that they need to do to help them to, just kind of a refresher. Just, you know, to we can't give what we don't have. And if we're always on empty, how is that going to help anybody? So, number 5, embrace it all. This is crazy. This is the craziest journey that you'll ever go on. I know for me, with my nieces and nephews, this was crazy. There was a court case. There was trial. There was decisions that were made. There was it was like a 2.5 year battle. Things said, things done. It was stressful. And yeah, you know, there are moments where I'm like, I wish we didn't have to do that, but embrace it. And so I feel like for us, that was a huge defining thing in our lives, was when there was a court case. Also, embrace the kids. The best thing you can do is just embrace those kids with love. You know, you might be their aunt. You might be their uncle. You might be, you know, I don't know. But you may be their grandparent. Who knows your role in their life. I know, but I'm not for you. Embrace that role. Embrace the love that you can give those kids. You can, you know, show them that there are just that many more people to love them. I think when I just think back to all those years ago and just never knowing that the one circumstance of walking through a door and a conversation would lead to, you know, years down the road, a court case and a love for nieces and nephews I never had before. And so I just think embracing that, little did I know that a few short years later, I would be a stepmom. And I would be making videos and encouraging people to you know, make step parenting what you want to make it, you know? I never would have thought of that. So definitely just the experience of my nieces and nephews alone. Little did I know I'd be here today as a stepmom. No clue. So anyway, guys, those are my 5 tips to help support your stepmom friend, family member, loved one, coworker, and embracing this journey with them, because honestly, there are a lot of books, but there's no guide. So thanks, guys, for watching. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, link them down below, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.